Good afternoon. Good evening. It's us. It's the Klein Party playing the Staycation Festival at the Royal Room. Starting off with Bulgar Novelty by the great Ukrainian-born, New York-bred clarinet player Naftula Brandwine. And we'll follow that up with Russian Share, number 5, from the Abe Schwartz Orchestra. Okay, what was I going to do here? Okay. Number 5 by the Abe Schwartz Orchestra.
What is a share?
A share is a kind of dance.
Okay, there you go.
And we have a number of shares in our book, and we have a number of Russian shares in our book, and so this is number 5. That, of course, featured Amber Wolf on cymbal. and other percussion items. Abe Schwartz, great band leader. He hired Naftula Brandwine. He hired Sam Beckerman. He hired Dave Terrace. All these great New York-based klezmer clarinet players all came through the Abe Schwartz Orchestra. So Amber Wolf, our main cymbal player of our percussion section, also happens to sing. So we're going to bring you a tune here now by Clarence and Spencer Williams. Great songwriters. Wrote stuff for Sidney Bechet and for Louis Armstrong and Bessie Smith and King Oliver. Clarence, also, his grandson, Clarence Williams III, played Link Hayes in the Mod Squad. Give us a count. Farewell to Storyville. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
your one last thrill, to say farewell now, farewell to Storyville.
Farewell to Storyville, also known as the Good Time Flat Blues by Clarence and Spencer Williams, actually by Clarence Williams and Spencer Williams. They were not brothers or related, as far as I know. This came from a film called New Orleans, I believe. And it's a film, what?
I want to shout out to David Krellin, who I did a show with, and he was the one that brought this song to my attention.
Well, thank you, David. And this film is the only fiction film that features Billie Holiday. She and Louis Armstrong play lovers in this film. And it also features Woody Herman and Barney Bogard and Meade Lux Lewis and Zooty Singleton. And speaking of that era, here's one from the great American Klezmerish composer, Mr. Duke Ellington. The Mooch. One. One, two, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 28, The Mooch by Duke Ellington. We'd love to bring up Mr. David Gassner to sing something in Yiddish for us. This by the great Yiddish theater composer Shalom Secunda, one of the four greats, the four big ones, with some lyrics by Arthur Koves and Teddy Schwartz. It's from a play called Esterka. Give us a little count for this.
Oh.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Esterka, the play that the song was originally written for, is the story of Esterka, a beautiful Jewish woman of the 14th century who married the king of Poland, so to speak. So it's told in the story, and went on to save her community, the Jewish community of Poland. Those who are familiar with Jewish holidays may recognize the theme. It's just like the story of the holiday Purim, the Queen Esther who married the king Ahasuerus and saved her people from the evil minister Haman. The song, the play, the story of Esterka, they're all about the same thing, the universal human yearning for freedom. Eufen forel liegt das Kälber, liegt gebunden mit der Strick. Beug in Himmel, flieht der Vogel, freit sich hin und Krieg. Lag der Wind in Korn, lagt und lagt und lagt. Lag der Obertoga ganzen ohne halber Nacht. Dona, 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 don. Dona, 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 don. Es schreit das Kälber, zogt der Feuer, wer heißt ich seiner Kalb, wo's gekennt doch seiner Vogel, wo's gekennt zu seiner Schwalb. Lag der Wind in Korn, lagt und lagt und lagt. Lag der Obertoga ganzen ohne halber Nacht. Dona, 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 don. Dona, 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 don. A calf on its way to slaughter looks up into the sky and sees a swallow flying through the air and wishes he were one of them. The farmer says, "Stop complaining. Who told you to be a calf? If you had wings to fly with, you could be free too." How the winds are laughing. They laugh with all their might. Laugh and laugh the whole day through and half the summer's night. Dona, 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 don. Dona, 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 don. Calves are easily bound and slaughtered, never knowing the reason why. But whoever treasures freedom, like the swallow, will learn to fly. Lag der Wind in Korn, lagt und lagt und lagt. Lag der Obertoga ganzen ohne halber Nacht.
Shalom Secunda, possibly based on an old Yiddish folk song that was Dana Dana. Go figure.
Not quite as elegant sounding.
Here, in keeping with our Klezmerish tunes from all the old countries, is the Kerry Polka, which, as we've learned, the scary Kerry Polka for some of us, as we've learned, there are many Kerry Polkas, and this is one of them. This is this one.
It's from Kerry.
One.
2, 1 and 2
Kerry Polka from Kerry in Ireland. We're the Klein Party, and in the tradition of hundreds of years, centuries and centuries of klezmer musicians who would tour from town to town, going from wedding to gig, we draw on all the music that we pass through, and like all those musicians, we tend to play for meals and tips. So I think you have a tip jar available to you, and I would be remiss if I didn't point it out to you. I think it's right over there. Amber, would you like to sing another song for us? That would be great. Here also from the great American Klezmerish composer Duke Ellington. Give us a count. One, two, 1, 2.
solitude, you haunt me with reveries of days gone by. In my solitude, you taunt me with memories that never die. I sit in my chair, I'm filled with despair. There's no one could be so sad. With gloom everywhere, I sit and I stare. I know that I'll soon go mad in my solitude. I'm praying, dear Lord above, bring back my love. Despair, there's no one could be so sad. With gloom everywhere, I sit and I stare. I know that I'll soon go mad in my solitude. I'm praying, dear Lord above, bring back my
From 1934, Solitude by the great Duke Ellington. Here's a traditional Roma tune. The Romani street sellers. Romani, one of the many or several subdivisions of people that many of us call gypsies. Particularly in the Iberian Peninsula, the street sellers would go out selling these red apples dipped in sugar and honey, and which were called lollifaboys, or something like that, which meant red apple, lollifaboy, from which we get our word lollipop. But this song is the song that these lollipop, these red apple sellers would sing, and with lyrics that mean something like, "Our caravan has no floor. I don't have a good, beautiful lover. And this red apple, I split it. Half for you, half for me. Hop, hop, hop."
One, two, one, and two, and.
Hop, hop, hop.
Sheridan, traditional Roma tune, hop, hop, hop. Here's one known as the chosidl. It's our chosidl number 2 to differentiate from our chosidl number 1 and however many other chosidls. It's a dance. Let's see, how was I going to do this? Okay. not really sure who this is by. Apparently, it was taught by someone who taught it to someone else. I believe Andy Statman and Dave, who played with Andy Grisman, was involved with this. To my ear, it sounds like it might have come from Leon Schwartz, but Andy Statman learned a lot of what he was doing from Dave Terrace. Anybody knows who Chosidl number 2 is by? Let us know. Oh, look, it's a song with a dedication.
Yes, it is. Well, this is one of my favorite songs that we're doing in a way that I am just tickled pink by. The song has nothing to do with the dedication. The dedication is happy birthday to my husband, Paul, whose birthday is today. I love you. I couldn't ask for a better husband and stepchildren, etc. So don't take the meanings in this song as anything that has to do with our marriage, okay? Just that it's one of my favorite songs to sing.
A little bit.
Because of the Klein
A little
Party.
bit.
What? Quiet.
What's it called?
Oh, it's called Barber Song, and it is from Threepenny Opera by Kurt Weill and Bertolt Brecht.
Give us a little count. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I used to believe in the days I was pure, and I was pure like you used to be. My wonderful someone would come to me someday, and then it would all depend on me. If he's a good man, if he's a rich man, wears a fine cravat, smokes a cigar, and if he's gallant and treats me like a lady, well, then I'll tell him, sorry. Chin up high, keep your powder dry, don't relax or go too far. Oh, the moon is gonna shine till dawn. Keep that little rowboat cruising on and on. You stay perpendicular. Oh, you can't just let a man walk over you. Cold and dignified is what you are. Oh, such a whole lot of things can happen. So firmly say, but sweetly, sorry, baby. The first to appear was a young man from Kent. He had all that a man ought to be. The second was older, and bolder I mean. The third was crazy mad for me. They were rich men, they were fine men, wore silk cravats, smoked cigars, and since they all made me feel like a lady, well, I said politely, sorry. I would sigh, keep my chin up high, never relaxed or went too far. Oh, I let the moon go shining on. I let that little rowboat cruise around till dawn. I stayed perpendicular. I could not just let a man walk over me. Perhaps my dignity went rather far. Such an interesting lot of things might have happened. I simply indicated, sorry. One day comes a man, but what kind of a man? Do you know why he does what he does? He walked into my room and he hung up his hat, and I just didn't know where I was. He was a lean man, he was a mean man. He didn't own a cravat, he smoked no cigar. God knows he never made me feel like a lady. Well, There just wasn't time for sorry. Chin up high, my chin was down to my shoes. I relaxed, but far too far. Oh, the way the moon kept shining on. This night was made for rolling, and this girl was gone, not so perpendicular. So you let a man just walk right over you. Well, who said dignified is what you are? Such a wonderful lot of terrible things did happen. And now you can tell me. Sorry, baby.
Thank you for the Barbara song. By Kurt Weill, Bertolt Brecht. English lyrics by Mark Blitzstein. We played something by Naftula Brandwine, so of course we should play something by Dave Terrace. This was originally released pretty late in his career as Second Avenue Square Dance. So if you hear any chicken noises during what we call the Second Avenue freylach, you'll know where they come from.
Yeah, the chickens. They come from chickens, Mark.
From the chickens.
Yeah.
The chickens at the square dance.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1 and 2 and.
Dave Terrace.
I forgot to practice castanets and chicken bucking at the same time, Mark.
Well, there's plenty of time. You know, I saw this ad on TV when I was watching football this morning, and I don't remember what exactly it was the ad for, but they were eating chicken, and the guy reached in to pick up pieces of chicken with his pair of silver tongs, and the tongs were chicken feet.
You have never seen those?
That was so creepy.
Oh, yeah.
God.
They're fantastic. They're fantastic.
Hey, Brad, how's our time?
20 minutes.
Oh, well, well, so much for that.
We're playing everything faster tempo.
We're
than
playing everything
usual.
just really fast today. Hey, I'm going to take this opportunity to say hello and thank you. And those of you, there's a lot of you who've been watching our live streams prior to us being part of the Royal Room Staycation Festival. And I should just start right there and thank Brad. We have technology going on here right now that is all being handled by a single master
He's got
of technology.
much technology in all of his hands.
The technical director and production manager for the Royal Room. So our thanks to you, Brad. Our thanks to the Royal Room and the South Hudson Music Project for staging this Staycation Festival. Our very special thanks to liveconcertsstream.com for sending this to you. Otherwise, we'd be just doing it here for ourselves. Anyway, we're the Klein Party. We play Klezmerish tunes from all the old countries. And I'll take this moment to say this is Amber Wolf on vocals and percussion.
Hi.
And I'm also taking this moment to get some oxygen. This is Sabrina Pope on clarinet. Brandon Campbell on saxophones. Eric Reed on trumpet. Eric Ray Anderson on ukulele and occasional vocals. Joseph J. Casalini on the contrabass.
And that's Mark Letwack.
I'm Mark Lutwack, and lurking here somewhere in the shadows is our Yiddish vocalist, Mr. David Gassner. We thank you for listening. We thank you, all of those who have seen fit to make a tip in the tip jar. It helps us make the costs that are incurred when we do this and ensures that we're able to continue doing this. So if you want to keep inflicting this on the world, please tip. And if you'd like us to stop, don't. Here's a tune from the great Australian, New York expatriate, Australian Klezmerish composer Philip Johnston. A song that I believe is in honor of the horror of Conrad Veidt, or the horror of, the head of Orlok. I think that was the original film. Maybe it was called Mad Love. Anyway, there's a horror film. Conrad Veidt is in it. It was later remade as The Head of Orlok with Peter Lorre. It's about a pianist whose hands go nuts on him and start killing people. And this song was originally made famous by the legendary Happy New Yorkers. So this is a shout out to all of you Happy New Yorkers out there, the legendary ones. From the great Philip Johnston, Mad Love.
1, 2, 1 and 2.
Bad Love by Philip Johnston. So we'd like to leave you today with one last tune. It was funny. Last week, we played longer songs slower, and I said more words in between them. We didn't even get through our set list. And now we have a slightly longer set list, and we're almost done. So here's a song for you that is our expression of love for you, all of those of you who listen to music and make music and support musicians and all the arts, particularly at times like now when music is one of the very few healing forces in our universe. This is a tune by Belf's Romanian Orchestra. Belf's, there may not have actually been a Belf or a Romanian orchestra, but there was this Russian record company in the very early 20th century that issued a number of sides under the name Belf's Romanian Orchestra. And they may have been a bunch of just whatever the equivalent of studio musicians were back then, or it may have been a bunch of tapes ripped off from other musicians. I guess it wasn't tapes. But this collection of Belf's Romanian Orchestra tunes have come down to us as part of the canon. And this one is called Ma Iofis. How beautiful. And you are beautiful. Thank you very much.
Ma
Thank you very much, everybody out there. Good night from the Klein Party.